Hi everybody, today's plan, if we were still in class, would have been to do omelettes. Quite classic French technique today. You'll go on the internet, you'll find thousands of different versions of an omelette. I like to do the classic French omelette using basic ingredients. So what we're going to do is I'll go through what we need to start with, and then we'll go through the basic technique of a classic plain omelette, and then we'll discuss later on what ingredients you could add to that or how you do that. Alright, so we've got 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. We've got some grated cheddar, we've got some diced butter. I'm using sea salt, you can use normal salt, and then in this bowl you can't see it, but there's a touch of water. We can use a frying pan, non-stick is ideal, and I'm using a small one, but again it depends on what you got at home. If you're using a larger pan, add more eggs to your recipe. Some recipes will go up to 4 eggs. Using black pepper to finish it, and these are the equipment I've got. I've got a knife which I use to dice up the butter, rubber spatula, you can use a fork, or you can use wooden spoon, anything you want to do. A lot of chefs will not let you use one of these spatulas and will say that you must use a fork, but that's up to them. I like to use a spatula, just to look after the pan really. So to put it all together, first thing we'll do is I'm going to add a touch of water. This is a technique that the Japanese use. It just stops the egg from coagulating too quickly, or slows it down. And we're going to beat the 2 things together: the eggs, water, and the yolks, and just bring them together so everything's together. There's no white, there's no yolk. Just be very careful not to add a lot of air to the dish. Right. At this stage now, that's my egg mixed. I don't need the fork again. What you must do is not add any seasoning at this point, because what will happen is the salt will actually help break down the eggs, and we don't want that to happen, so the salt goes in at the very end. Butter I'm going to add to my pan, which I've just got warming through here, and we're going to chuck that in and let it start to fall, but I am going to reserve 4 little cubes for the very end. Yeah. So butter's forming, yeah, and we're going to let that melt down without any colour. If you burn the butter at this stage, you've gone too far, and we don't want to add any flavour to it. So you can see the butter's all melted. I'm going to add that back to the heat, and then I'm going to add my eggs in 1 minute. So, using an oven cloth, because the pan handle will get hot with a metal handle. I've got my butter forming. I'm going to add in my egg mix, using this rubber spatula to scrape out all the last little bits. And the key to a good omelette is not to rush it. So we've got plenty of butter in there, you can see it floating around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very gently bring this up to temperature. You'll start to see the egg sort of coagulating and solidifying. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that towards the middle. And basically, I'm going to cook this very low and slow. Some chefs will get the temperature on flat out. I like to bring it together nice and slow. It's really important we don't have any colour on that omelette at the end for a classic French omelette. So if you're going to add flavours to it, things like if you're making a mushroom omelette or and some bacon to it, I always advise to cook that in a separate pan and add it to the actual omelette as a cooked item. I wouldn't add stuff to the pan first, because it makes it difficult in the folding stage. So you can see the egg is starting to solidify. It's not taking long at all, and basically we're going to allow it to cook out a little bit longer, and then we'll stop stirring it just before it starts to set. So we're almost where we want to be. Because we added 2 full eggs and 1 egg yolk, we've upped the actual fat content of it, which will help it to be to remain nice and gooey in the middle, and just have more of a runny yolk taste rather than raw egg. When you go to France, you can get some omelettes that are just pure, just uncooked eggs. I don't find them pleasant, but I'll see. Now you can see at this stage now, look, it's almost resembling a pancake. It's starting to hold its own shape. So at this stage, I'm going to leave it for a minute so just to cook out, and just let it basically just again cook through, start to solidify a little bit more, almost there. And I'm going to add some cheese. Now a good method is to add the cheese across the middle of it, and that'll help you when you come to fold it. So now at this stage, you can see the egg is just a little bit undercooked, still quite runny. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to roll this omelette. So first roll like that, and using gravity, and little by little, we're going to just turn it over. He says. So now I've got both sides over, I'm going to add back to the heat just for that last little blast. And let it cook. And then the next stage is to plate it up. So what we'll do at this stage is we get his omelette and the plate, and then just basically I'm going to pour that omelette onto the actual plate, and that'll give me my final fold, just like that. Now to finish it, we're going to add our butter, and we're using a clean tea towel. We're going to basically just pick it up and give it a final shape, position it on the plate where you want it, and you can see it's still quite tacky running out of the middle. We're going to finish it by giving it a little massage and coating it in butter, because butter makes everything taste better, as we know. And then once that's melted, this stage now we add salt. Now I would have added some chopped chives or some chopped parsley, something like that, but due to everybody panic buying, there's nothing on the shelves, so what we've got is a nicely finished cooked omelette. So there's my finished omelette. Enjoy that with a nice cup of Yorkshire tea. Look forward to seeing your guys' omelettes, and there we go, omelette masterclass.